Kia ora watu e Homa. Good to have you along too. It's game number 3 here in this wonderful celebration of secondary school rugby league coming at you from Puketawhero Park here in Rotorua. Well, we've been treated to a couple of fine games already, and it's Rotorua High School that have taken the spoils, both in the championship and the boys section, 18-4, and just recently concluded in the girls section against Auckland Girls Grammar with an 8-4 victory. We see George Carmont there, the experienced international coach, and well, there's me, an old timer in the corner, and there's you at home. And of course, thanks very much for that one, Ewa. Great to be here with you this afternoon. And this is going to be a mighty game. This is Rotorua. This is Rotorua Boys High School in the Rugby League final for the very first time. And it's going to be Salle lining up against them today. Keep an eye out for the Salle team. They've got some really great players, and they are a school that has a lot of tradition in sport. But credit to them being able to fight their way through and make the final here this afternoon. Salle College, keep an eye out too for Norman Cameron Tuipolotu. Shane Sewer-Bacon comes in with some big raps as well. Malakai Tony, assuming, is also Motu Tony's young fella, but they're up against the Rotorua Boys High School team that have come off some hot success with the Super 8 rugby title and also the Moaska Cup. Here they are, and they are full of really talented players. Waisaki Salambo, Sabatini, Aumua is in great form, Malakai Kama, Thama I should say, and of course Taumanu Walker. This should be a really classic wrap-up for the tournament that hasn't had an opportunity to get together for the last 3 years because of COVID. And of course the action brought to us with support from the Thermal Explorer Fund here in Rotorua, as we see the Rotorua Boys High School team in the orange coming up against Salle College. This is what everyone's been waiting for. It's the final here. It's the cup final in the tournament, and we're in for some action here. Thanks to Sky Sport for bringing you this wonderful celebration of grassroots, flax roots rugby league. And of course, that it's been staged in Rotorua means that so many of the teams who have competed during the past week are from outside Tamaki Makaurau. It hasn't traditionally been the case. This time around, 15 of the 23 squads on show from outside of Auckland. Great to have you along and join us in the commentary. Moiho, tēnā koe e moiho au whakaro of this final game. Kōrero mai.
Tēnā koe Dale, o tira, tēnā koutou katoa. Great display of sportsmanship by the Wesley College lads, welcoming both teams onto Te Whira Tuarua ki konei ki Puketawhero Park here in Rotorua. Home team here, up against Salle, proud kura out of Māngere, Tamaki Makaurau. Coached by George Carmont, a familiar face in NRL and Kiwi representatives. Coach also for the Otahuhu Leopards in previous years.
As we would imagine too, this proud Christian kura from Tamaki Makaurau start in karakia, in prayer, and for Rotorua, I'm assuming we will witness to their proud haka celebrating the best of Te Arawatanga. Reira te mihi kia koutou katoa, kia ora. This is Sky Sport. This is game number 3 of our triple header, bringing you the best of secondary schools rugby at the National Championships of 2022.
I'd just like to acknowledge the Manirewa boys and girls squads, successful in both of their competition finals as well, as we throw to the haka.
Go,
Ana ko te haukainga tēnā e whakatakoto ana I te Manuka lay in the challenge for this Premiership Secondary Schools Grand Final 2022 as the La Salle responds in Himene. Ana karongo te reo rōreka, te reo waiwai ā, ngā manu tui, ngā manu si ori ori. A regular occurrence, certainly in the Pacific, as our Polynesian brothers get underway with the himene, preparing themselves mentally and spiritually. Big mihi to both teams that have made their way to the big dance and to those teams that were unfortunate to represent themselves in the middle.
Here in Rotorua, it's the last roll of the dice for a tournament that has been very well received from those who've taken part, and let's hope that it builds into 24, into 23, 24, 25 and beyond, and maintains this wonderful celebratory tone as the first touch of the ball for Rotorua's Tubo. Plenty of skillful ball runners here. This time around it's Malakio Mua. He's got a great kicking game, a deft pass, and he knows his way around the track as De La Salle go into their work with a bit of kaha as the number 11 makes the first tackle. That's Nepo Whonatalanga. So here we go, the back rower this time around. Whareaurere leads to ground, plenty of distribution work for Jason Kameta, and a mistake. De La Salle capitalise on it quickly.
Yeah, unfortunate outcome for the Rotorua boys, not able to get to their kick and complete that set effectively. However, keep an eye out, e wama for Sione Tupou. He scored 20 tries in the Super 8 Rugby Championship and the match winner, of course, up against Kirikiriroa Hamilton boys.
Yeah, he was deadly as well, Tupou, good distributor. But I guess he really comes into the fold too in that rucking discipline within the 15-man code. As we see now, a little step back on the inside. The cover defence across the top from Bailey Carmichael is sufficient to pull the De La Salle attack down. Tupolotu gets the ball on now, and it's a charge for Nepo Whonatalanga. Dangerous time here for Rotorua early on. It's De La Salle come charging towards the line. And across the line he goes, but I think he might have been held up. If that's the case, some superb defence in the back row. Whareaurere.
Desperation defense there from Rotorua Boys High School.
Beautiful front door play. How well did the back three do to hold up such an intimidating ball runner? And Rodney Tuipolotu there.
Oh, that was brilliant technique. The damage was done, it would seem, when he crossed the line. But the back rower showed great skill to contain him. A number of Fijian students at the kura here in Rotorua, Salle. Started with an intensity that grand finals deserve. There.
Anna.
There's the downtown up. Kicking game could be vital here this afternoon. Wind has picked up a little bit. Coming across from our broadcast side towards the far side of the field. A little slow to retreat here, De La Salle. Other traditional schools that we've seen over the years not featuring as prominently as we might have expected. St. Paul's, who've been successful in this tournament on many occasions, weren't able to make it through to the final. Tahuhu College, traditionally, when the games have been played in Auckland, most of the teams were from that district. But this time around, as mentioned, it's attracted many from outside. Tamaki Makota's Francis Tuimaunga gets the ball. It's the fifth and final tackle. Dummy half work for Malakai Tony. Offloading here nicely. Tavai into the mix. And this is Fatia Lofa, the number 3. Wonderful career, Super League, come back and also coach the Otahuhu Leopards. So he knows how to get the best out of teams. And no doubt has had these guys shaping up well, but it's just great to see De La Salle in this rugby league tournament. Hasn't been the case in years past. As we see, the squad that's just scored with the ball is so important that they put on a good set. Coming in to try and muscle up is Waisaka Salambo. That's him in 5. Supported here by his back row off. Whareori has been good. And the referee just
closing the gap there, Dale. There's a nice off-the-cuff chip and chase as Harvey Herbert Loza tries to sneak a little chippy over the defensive line, and doors just closed on him.
Well, they don't get the ball to the line, and it gives Malakai Thama an opportunity with ball in hand on a fundamental error here. But then as Thama gets up to play the ball, he too makes a blue. And so that will gift an opportunity, a good field position here for De La Salle to go back-to-back if they've got what it takes.
Yeah, early nerves shown by both teams, I suppose, in the initial minutes of this grand final. Not ideal start for the Hokainga, not being able to complete sets or get to a kick. Let's go, De La Salle.
Oh, isn't that great? Got a cheer squad and signage for the stands. This game not being played on field number 1 for reasons we have already delved into in our previous calls. But even so, the track's in great condition, so there will be no excuse here as we see this proud Mangere-based school on the roll. Mangere with it. Now out. Backdoor play to Pulotu with the cut-out ball areas again. It's Fatialofa. He's like a steamroller. He comes in for his second. Well, 3 holes to dig. It's Kaylee Fatialofa in the score.
There we go, once again the left-hand edge on display, running with great shape. Halves did well, realising that they had more threats on the outside, and who wouldn't give the ball to this man?
Powerhouse, good set up, good play. Mangere up. Good feed on 2 here from Tony. Give it to this man, beautiful pass. No one was stopping him. Fatialofa all over Rotorua at the start of this one.
Mambea on Tui Pulotu, the halves linking well together there, and then the face ball into the midst of Fatialofa, Kalish Fatialofa. He's in for try number 2.
Already the bench hooking themselves up, warming themselves up. The ball boys started the show last time around. They've been great here today. Looking for the extras. This one coming around though at 10-0 scoreline. Early days, yes, but ominous to be able to cross twice in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, very important that the Rotorua boys respond strongly to this attack. The slick sleight of hand, cuts back inside and jots the ball down.
Yeah, the face ball was clever, wasn't it? But was able to step back onto the inside. There's the restart. Mariki Omoa, as I've already touched on, he's very skillful, Mariki. And it's still our Salle to get hold of the ball. How they utilise it in this set after scoring is going to be important here. Rotorua need to muscle up. I don't know that that was too much in that. The referee says to Sione Tupou. Tackle was made, Sione. Just step aside, young man, as we get another look at it.
Yeah, I think it's just sensing a bit of frustration, Dale, that the team's behind 10 points and just carried on with it a bit too much. Ritutaiaha, the spear tackle.
Yeah, a little bit in the left too that needed to be admonished, that it was. Technique could be troublesome for Jason Carmit if he continues with it. To get your head on the right side. There's plenty of courage on show here, there's no doubt about that. Why wouldn't it be? It's a great shop window for future opportunities, whether it's in the 13 or 15-man code.
Yeah, certainly with the likes of Roger Tuivasa-Sheck being successful from competitions like this. Tui Lorohea, Preston Riki, these are some of the names that have, Joey Manu, some of the names that have come out our national game, secondary schools level.
Come back, Rog. Come back, Rog. RTS. Get back in the 13-man code. They're not treating you right, Roger.
Oh, well, they might need a bit of Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. They're struggling a bit. The AB's playing tonight in Kirikiriroa up against Argentina, and also the Waz. Up the Waz. Playing against the Titans at Mount Smart Stadium, 5 p.m.
Who calls the Warriors the Waz? Poor play ball. Knock on. That's 2 little indiscretions that Thummer has, sadly, for his team, made here. Let's get another look.
Unlucky there. There was a foot, about a size 15 boot there of Rodney Tuipulotu Vea. But hey, it could be the fruits of code jumping.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. You know, there's only one game they're playing heaven, and we're watching it right here, right now. As the old saying goes. Down the right side we go. Oh, he's been a terror, this bloke. He's been an absolute monster. Not taking a backward step to that tackle. Was just slightly late as we see Talatona Malama. Frustration building here. for the home team. As you can see, but they haven't had any football, have they? Hardly any field position, that's for real. There's Augustino Filippo, he gets hold of the ball. Danger times here. And the late pass, is it okay? Did it go forward? No, says the referee. Check, 1-2, you're in. 14-0.
You are kidding me. How did Franklin Mano Mamea get that ball away? He jumped the fence, and before he hit the deck, he popped it, as we see again.
Running right there. Here's Mano Lemire. Climbing, flicking, half volley, scooping. Check that one out, they say. Oh! Tui Puketawhero's in there.
Beautiful hands there. Does Tui Puketawhero. Me mihi ka tika ki te kapa o Rotorua, kare rātou I te hoki whakamuri, they're not taking a backward step, they're really showing up on defence, but I think De La Salle just too classy.
Wasn't even a half volley, it was a clean take. Thought it might have drifted forward, but well, up, down, funk you up, that's for real. Yeah.
Too hot, hot damn.
Hot damn. Woo! 16 block.
Thanks to the ground staff here and the announcers boosting the energy of the Kaitākaro and the Minenga e Mātakitaki Maina. Here we see once again the class, the ability of our standoff, generously feeding a late offload, and the hands of Doom caught at his shoelaces. The De La Salle train.
Whoa. They're in some trouble, these boys in orange. But like I said, they haven't had any football.
Well, when they haven't had football, Dale, they've struggled to...
Yeah, a couple of mistakes.
Do the basics of rugby league.
Take your point. A lot of these lads that have Manganese connections too, and it's been such a prominent junior club. De La Salle College sandwiched between Manganese Hawks and the Otaru Leopards. On the train line by Middlemore Hospital, and it's deemed a strip. Can't tell the trick at the moment, the home team.
Well, so, I mean, there's an achievement, there's some satisfaction in being in the final full stop, let alone the result. Usually the likes of Otahu College, Kelston Boys, St Paul's are in the mix, so maybe we've seen some tides turn for the rugby league presence of Rotorua on display.
Well, Kelston will be looking at this. I know the connections well. Otahu will be looking at it as well. St Paul's, Southern Cross. They were here. But for our traditional powerhouses, they'll be saying to themselves, hey, we've got to get back in the mix. We've got to get back in the mix. But as I say, let's celebrate the fact that so many teams have come from other parts of the country to be part of this wonderful celebration of league in 2022. They're not finished with it yet here. De La Salle. God, talk about having the eyes on the prize. They are just ripping into their work. This time it's Tony. He's grasped 12 metres out from the try line. Honestly, I think they're going to go in here again. Well, there's the turnover. Finally. Some let off. Some respite.
Here we see the beast mode once again of Ben Nepo Whonotalanga. Get off me.
Beast mode is right. It's just fluent. Kulabasangi, as I say. Let's see what Rotorua can do, and there is committed on D as they have been on A.
Bit of a snapback there. Woke that player up.
Well, you've got to set a platform at your forwards. They certainly don't seem to be carrying the size that some of these De La Salle lads are. Big guys, big young men. That's a good little ball on the far side of the field, and the Fijian Flyers might make an impact. At the back it comes here to Troy Harmey.
Well, that's probably the way that they're going to get through this team, is around them rather than up the middle, Dale.
Well, that chip there from, I think it was Moore, perhaps could have been better utilised. The towering punt, midfield bomb, crossfield kick. The tip and recover. Ambitious, ultimately though unfruitful. The other right side they come for another call, another knock at the door. Another get out of me way sort of attitude that De La Salle started this game with. Denzel Lumia showing too that he wants to have his finger in the pie. And this is more than just a pie, it's been a Tino pie start here. Down the right side they come. This is a Raider type approach, and then the ball comes back. Yeah, oh yeah.
They can do it all, can De La Salle. They had no right to go in there. Got a feel for the hometown Rotorua boys. Ngā raukura kua kaka I te whira. 20 points to 0.
Number 23, Yeshua Nelson.
By Nelson, eh? Just can't put a foot wrong at the moment. Norman Cameron Tuipulotu puts it on to Yeshua. And he slams it down in style. What a start. Couldn't wish for better. Really pasting the Rotorua boys at the moment. They just can't find an answer. Sometimes can happen in sport. Sometimes even in grand finals. You just, you know, obviously you're not a bad team or a poor team, but one team, the momentum's just behind them. They just keep going, boom, 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 like waves at a beach that won't stop crashing. From wide out, wouldn't be surprised if he knocks this one over. Well, have a look. Oh, just a little bit short. But there he is. Here's your try scorer. What can we tell you about him? Actually, not very much. But that doesn't mean in years ahead we won't be talking about him.
For sure, Dale. Got a lot to like about him. Some size, some wit. Did well there, cutting back on the inside and showing great strength to find himself over the line. What can Rotorua do to respond to De La Salle's presence here in the Whiringatoa Whakamutunga?
That's the last of 3 games. Will it continue the south side dominance? Here he goes again. Oh, they don't know where to look. 5 to go, 20-0 down. And these guys are on the steamroll styles today. Huddling towards touch, still managing to keep the ball in play. Good images from our sideline camera. That one's gone on the inside. De La Salle playing like they've got God on their side.
God mode. God did.
Crikey. That Gullick here before the game must have got him going, because at the moment, look at them.
Hey Dale, what's really hard case is they go to their bench and there's more size and speed and ability.
Look at this. It's just still hot. It's still on. Oh, they're going again. Oh, you're kidding me. Out. There's a flag up. The Rotorua boys go. Boy. Thank G for that.
Was that a yellow flag that went up or the white flag of the Rotorua boys?
Oh, there'll never be a white flag, but yes, the yellow flag was good. Referee of the tournament, that young guy's from Otago.
Liam O'Brien.
Yeah.
Give him a plug.
Yeah, he's been good, hasn't he? Good, all right.
Nice replay there by the Stream Shot boys. Bringing you coverage of the 2022 National Secondary Schools Rugby League Final live on Sky Sport. Home of Rugby League still to come. The Titans and the Warriors later on this evening.
And of course all the action from the World Cup men's and women's coming across October and November, which is just going to be one heck of a spectacle. After that too was postponed because of the international pandemic situation. And for the first time really we're seeing Rotorua with ball in hand and an opportunity. Well, it'd be great for them if they got one back here for the half-time break. But they're going to have to be good to get it. allowing themselves to be snaffled there. That's Darryl Walker who took the shot. Now, you earn the right to go wide up the middle, and now a scrambling kick, I would suspect, from Carmichael. Maybe that's going to bounce okay. And at the back is Harmy Herbert Loza. He shakes his head.
That's not a penalty, eh?
I think there might have been a little bit of...
Kind bounce, Dale. It was good work from Waisake Salabiao, pushing up and following through with the footy. They were lucky to get the kick away, in fact. Bailey Carmichael found himself with a pill, and what else do you do when you're semi-stranded with the ball?
Look at our cameras, have a look. There's quite a crowd here who've gathered around our broadcast side here, and well, it doesn't look to be too many numbers on the far side of the field. Been some wonderful support around the tournament through the week. Some pickies with time allows us through the course of this one. 1.5 minutes or thereabouts here in what's been a very dominant first half here, and it will please Coach Carmont greatly. The effort, 4 tries. Here's the runner again, it's Fatialofa. He's really been terrorizing this squad. My goodness. Oh no, they've done it again. They've got weapons of mass destruction. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, they've got all the party tricks, these De La Salle boys. Both sides are very dangerous. The combinations between 6 and 12 are very dynamic. Second to none. This is Franklin Mano Lemamea linking up once again with Rodney Tuipolotu Vea. Hit and spin. Slams the ball down over the line. That's 24 points to zip.
It can happen in sport. I'm not going to detract from the wonderful attacking effort. It's not as if the home squad have not given their all. But you've heard the term blown out of the water. That's what's happened in the first 40. Let's hope for their sake they're able to turn it around. Otherwise, you could end up with a somewhat embarrassing scoreline. But hats off to these guys. They have just been on fire from the get-go. They came full of intent. And their attitude in this final has been first class as we await the conversion attempt. Already 24-0. Might it be 26-0 as we go to the break? We'll find out in a moment. This time, it looks pretty good. And that's exactly what we are witnessing. Can you believe it? You better believe it. You're watching it live on Sky Sport. A half of footy that was virtually faultless. And they're celebrating big time here in the final. Stay with us here on Sky Sport. We'll take a short break, come back to you soon. 26 block. And it is De La Salle from Tamaki Makaurau leading Rotorua here in the final, the cup final at the National Secondary Schools Tournament here in Rotorua. You're watching the action on Sky Sport. We'll be back in a mo. Kia ora, welcome back. Well, tough times at the office today for the boys from Rotorua Boys High School, Rotorua. They just didn't know where to look as they got absolutely swamped. And 5 tries conceded in that first 25 minutes. But hats off here to De La Salle College, who just came out and they just wanted to make this game theirs. Started off with Puketawhero, got the first 2 tries. There's the first of them. He was a powerhouse out wide. Didn't put a step wrong. Get another look at his second try, Puketawhero. Hard to stop close to the line at the best of the times. The cut-out ball was slick, and his finish also very fine. Try number 3, well, that was coming through a man who also notched up 2.
Yeah, that's right, Dale. He's made his presence certainly in this grand final, his tui pilotu vea. And here we see Maya Nelson with the finish. Ara, ko te piro whakamutunga. Ko te pau muri anō. This tui pilotu vea with a hidden spin. Proven too difficult to stop yesterday. The Rotorua boys possibly played their grand final up against St Thomas. Just coming away with the goods in that game, so who knows? Hopefully the kayako of the team had some motivational speech that will turn the tides around.
Well, it's going to be a really big comeback if they're going to, but look, they're playing for pride now. We know how good they have been in 2022 and the rugby fraternity. And so a lot of these young guys are having to go at another code, perhaps some of them for the very first time. So we certainly acknowledge the fact that they're able to make their way here into the final. But so important that they start well here in the second.
25 minutes remaining in the New Zealand Rugby League secondary.
Sorry, gets his effort in there as well. That's Denzel O'Meara.
25 minutes
Leading the football, can't do anything without it at the moment. Bailey Carmichael on the tackle down the left side. They come this time again. De La Salle looking to continue where they left off in that first half as Puketawhero is eventually grasped and now just setting the stage through the middle. You know, your big men are the ones who get the punishing work done. You don't have to do too much because they attract defenders in it. That creates opportunities out wide. This is nicely taken at the back. Eliana Sabatini, but the defenders are also up quickly on him.
It's really important that Rotorua boys start strong in this second half. Disregard the number of the scoreline and just turn up, play for one another and have a crack as we see another strong carry there by the centre of the Rotorua boys squad and Daryl Walker.
Get that ball over the top too. Picking up Totep, he gets hold of the ball. He can't offload though. The defensive work is fine for Talatena Malama. And there's a little kick through, but I don't know that there was great communication with his outside men to identify where they should be running to. As we see Tave getting away from one in front of the home crowd on the far side for De La Salle.
Even though the kick wasn't the greatest finish to the set, I thought the set was very, very effective. We hadn't seen that much in the first half. However, they've come out with a bit of attitude, have the Rotorua boys.
So Tupilotu Vea again is put away just short of the halfway line. Angled run this time for Samuelu. Carmichael is gained. Poor play the ball. Gifting the ball here to Rotorua. Is it a high shot? I'm not quite sure. We'll just see which way the ref calls this one.
A few players from both squads have been successful in making their presence in the tournament team. Kalis Puketawhero, of course, Ieti Jeff Samuela, Rodney Tuipilotu, Malachi Tony from the De La Salle team, and from the Rotorua boys is Malachi Thama, Waisake Salibau, Sione Dubau,
can't turn a trick at the moment here is Martin Nelson. He gets a gifted ball around halfway. Talatona Malama. You know, things can compound as you try hard to make amends for little errors. Life can actually just get tougher and tougher. We'll mention the players in that tournament team. We wrap up here this afternoon because they deserve some acknowledgement as we see De La Salle again asking some questions, and then that's easy, and even a dive that he hoped to get on the Sky Sport, and it has, from MJ Salle. I think the dive is unnecessary, but
well,
hey.
his name is MJ.
Okay, here, Jordan. Here, Jordan. Let's have a look. I mean, does he need to do this? Of course he doesn't.
That was one for the highlight reel, that's for sure.
I reckon. He was looking at the camera, wasn't he?
Imagine if the touch post was out of bounds.
I think it's right to have some fun.
When both these teams met earlier on in the tournament, De La Salle got up 28 points to 16. However, in the final 30 points to 0 at the moment, there's Georgie Carmont in the background strutting his colours. They're in good hands, De La Salle, if Georgie Carmont's in the coaching position.
And Georgie Carmont's in good hands because we've seen his mum and come all the way to Rotorua to support him today as well. I was talking with one of our politicians who has a full face moko, I won't mention his name, who likes to rock size 13 MJs in the house. He got told to get new shoes, but now there's a new speaker. He's apparently okay to go, so I says, okay, well, what's your Air Jordans? What's the term te reo Māori for them? He thought for a moment, he goes, hoo-ho.
New kicks. Te tini me te mano kua tai mai nei tēnei ahi. A few of the whānau have shown up to support secondary schools rugby league in general. Even though the home side is on the wrong end of the stick.
Yeah, on the receiving end here today. Oh, these guys are coming at their work like Mack trucks, aren't they? And they've got some size. So there you go. I mean, there's the big number 8 here for Rotorua. He's tough still in Dupont, but he's probably the biggest of them out there. That 12 looks pretty big too, and Bailey Carmichael, but some of these boys do sell that. What's this?
Yesterday, Rotorua boys got up just over St Thomas of Canterbury College, and La Salle just also beat Southern Cross Campus. So some close games yesterday.
And here's the angle and run. Oh, look at this. Look at the confidence on display here. And they're just coming wave after wave, continuing here. Crossfield kick. I think they can probably try anything really this afternoon. It'll come off De La Salle this time around. Rotorua, fortunately, do come away with the football. Good take in the end under plenty of pressure.
100%. Some of the neighbouring clubs that surround De La Salle College are, of course, the Mangere East Hawks, the Otahuhu Leopards, the Papatoe Panthers, Otara Scorpions, the Manukau Magpies.
That's a roll call of famous Auckland-based clubs. That was the left behind. Oh no, troublesome. Jeff Samuelu. Well, as much as he tried to chase, it just doesn't quite work out. Augustine Filippo. $10 meters from the line. Put the big units in and see how they go. Stuart Bacon. And it's a full set, one-on-one strip, coming back into the hands of the attacking team. And here at the moment, well, Rotorua don't know where to look, certainly got nowhere to hide. Not that they're looking for somewhere to hide, don't get me wrong, I don't mean that. But at the moment, all roads lead to Mangere by the looks of things. There's the cutout. We're going to get another dive. The inside ball. Swisher, that's it, Leo. And it's Harmy Herbert Loza. There's in the score. All sweet by your read there.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
Can't touch this one bit. Oh no, can't touch this.
Then Mr. Fatialofa. Here we see the error and a good strong carry by number 13, Yeti Jeff Samuelu. Great hands by Fatialofa. Before he goes to ground, just pops it in, offloads with the left hand.
Well, you know, commentating on one-sided games can be sort of a little difficult, but you've got to love the attitude on show here. It feels like everything's just working for them. And if I was Carmont, you know, I'd be taking them straight down the lotto shop. Are they too young to buy lotto? They might be. You've got to be 18 to buy lotto.
Well, credit's given where credit's due, Dale, and you got to take your hat off to De La Salle and their efforts this afternoon. It's been outstanding, second to none.
Yeah, they've been running hot. Oh, hey. And that's got the juice on it this time as well. Oh my, can't touch this. Is that 36-0 now?
No wonder why he's made the tournament team. Fatialofa.
36-0.
I either saw him running with the Utila Scorpions against Mount Albert before Fatialofa boys in there. It was either there or it was in the under-20s in the early competition this year. That was on Sky Sport too, the Pacific Youth Tournament at North Harbour Stadium.
Hey, they've even got the luck of the bounce, the luck of the ball. Obviously, Rotorua went for a short kick to try and get some possession. However, the bounce favoured the De La Salle boys, not the Brave.
Oh, here's again. Okay, that's the first mistake they've made, I think. 17 in trouble. This is Garkopun or Low. I think I'm not quite sure what happened to him.
It's the short kick once again.
Bounced straight back into his arms.
And the first incompleted set, I think, from the De La Salle first 13.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope some of these young fellows are as lucky in love as they are lucky in league.
Come on, Rotorua. Let's go, brothers.
Come on, yeah, boy. That's the way. Support the underdogs to the death, mate.
Last try wins.
Count it out. That's what you get at training on a Tuesday night. 36-0. Let the dogs out. Yes, Johnny. One out run. Well, after the success of their first 15 team, and knowing that all their whānau here, home tournament and all of that, we are absolutely disappointed, but got to be realists, as we've already touched on. Sometimes this can happen. And, I guess you just got to soak it up. Get on with the next opportunity. Again, thanks to New Zealand Rugby League, more than just a game. We continue to open up pathways for our young players. And, looking here at the top 10 chosen out of this grade, perhaps it's an opportunity for us to acknowledge some of the other awards that went down last night, Host School Western Heights. Emerging talents and match officials, Liam O'Brien, as mentioned.
Another turnover.
Yep.
No advantage. There's a call from the man in the middle. The second incomplete set from the La Salle boys, giving the Rotorua boys a chance to get some points on the board.
The senior boys coach of the tournament actually was Tama Te Korpu. Tama Korpu. From Rotorua Boys High School. Second on you, Tama. Congratulations. I know you'll be a bit rocked, maybe a bit surprised here by the situation you find yourselves in with 12 to play. Down by 36-0, conceding 7 unanswered tries. And the senior boys tournament MVP was Waisaki Salimba, 2 from Rotorua. The girls, Giovanna Suani, congratulations from Auckland Girls Grammar School. Wonderful. Carmichael to his feet, and now Rotorua trying to chance their hand out wide. This is Totek, who'll get that away. Beautiful hands, 2 from the 5. But the defence across from De La Salle too. Late cover defence also exceptional. It's a great pick-up from the ankles. So they're giving the ball some air, and why wouldn't you too? Sabatini over the top, run it down the right-hand side, able to link up, maybe not. Straightened run for Tomanu Walker. He's bundled out, just heading towards the touchline. 10 to play, and the question's being asked here of the touch judge.
I've never seen anything like this. Watch this, Dale. He gets carried out into touch, you would have thought, but he ends up on top of a defender, so he's technically not out yet. So the call from the referee is held up. Play the ball.
Well, there you go. It's like hitting the mush with an errant football in the commentary position.
Crossfield bomb here from the Rotorua boys.
It's happened earlier today.
Good hands. Nice left foot step.
That's one try. But they've lost the ball. In fact, the ball's been stripped. A bit of an anticlimax here, because I know you've been watching, hopefully, and enjoying the previous 2 games. 18-4 win in the championship for Mangarewa, and a deserving victory for them. And then in the girls division, it was an 8-4 result. Mangarewa knocking over the Auckland Girls Grammar squad. And we had that mix there. Composite team out of Rotorua, big ups to the connections, as we see Luciano Dupo. He scored lots of tries in the rugby union code, doing just that. He's unable to get across this time around. Expect something more out wide. Need to come back on the inside of the cover defence. And there Salle, solid as a rock. And they find a chink in the armour here as Sabatini. Finds Troy Harmey. 5th and final tackle here for Okura. Stab one into the end goal, but that too's just been stabbed too hard. The return of the football through Herbert Loza to the 20.
Yeah, aha koa kei mua rāno a De La Salle e anga whakamua, and even though they're up 30 points to 6, they're not taking the foot off the pedal, that's for sure.
Yeah,
we saw the enthusiasm shown by Harmy Herbert Loza, returning the kick from the in goal, getting underway straight away, offloading the ball to Fatia Lofa.
Well, you know, we've seen these blowout scores too in the NRL, haven't we? And the 2 guys collided there. I'd be quite concerned for that player who's down in the back play there. He hit his mate, and he's not in good nick at all. The ref will stop the game in a moment. Stay with the play though. This is Letty Jeff Samuelu. Well, as I say, you can almost hear the clunk of heads here. And look at that bounce. Well, my son John can do no wrong. Have a good look at what's going on here with you. So let it Davai is in yet again. Gotta love it. They are on fire.
Yeah, a bit surprised that the play did carry on there with a player certainly down in distress. However, to the ref's credit, he thought it'd be okay to carry on. Quick kick, finding the wingers not back. Great rugby league IQ shown there by Franklin Mano Lemamea. bounced up kindly, served on a plate for MJ Saolele Tawai, and shows the smart to bring it right around under the post.
Wrapped up in a box with a ribbon on it. And then to score with 6.5 to play, 40 blot. Make that 42. Well, the home team were 42 below.
Hey, let's hope that the Rotorua boys maintain the right ethics going into the last sort of 5 to 6 minutes and do nothing stupid.
Yeah, I think they've been okay.
Outplayed in this grand final. However, let's give credit because these are long, during tournaments.
Yeah.
Game in, game out, 2 games a day almost.
Yeah, for sure. Hey. So this can happen, and look, they haven't made many mistakes, but this time around, Laumea, just a fundamental error there. George Carmel and the connections for the squad will be absolutely thrilled by their efforts here this afternoon. Yeah, finals footy, anything's on. Both teams would have come in with some confidence, but right from the get-go, I mean, the first try was scored in the first 5 minutes, and it's just come boom, diddy, boom, diddy, boom. And there's just been no answers here. The team in orange, which is their alternate strip. I think they've been kind enough to adopt, because I'm pretty sure that the Rotorua colours are not dissimilar. Tadila Salles, and there is the try that scored out wide by Daryl Walker. Yes, it took a while to come, but at least they're still fighting to the bitter end.
For sure, Dale, and it's always nice to get off the donut if you're on the receiving end of some heat. Waisake Salle Bell shows good skills in offloading the footy to a centre pairing, and Daryl Walker in for Piro Tuatahi for Okura. So here's a little goosey, takes on the smaller fullback in Hami, Herbert Loza. Too big, too strong.
We're just coming in for the conclusion here, and it's good to see Rotorua get in and score a try. While we're at it, we'll also just grab a couple of thoughts from former Kiwi and NZRL executive Motu Tony. Motu, tēnā koe firstly. Back to see our tournament here to the States. A little bit of a one-sided final, but we're taking nothing away from the efforts of these young people. It's so heartening to see a girls' competition in the tournament for the very first time.
Yeah, Dale, you know, that's been a big part of our New Zealand Rugby League plans, is to offer, you know, pathway and opportunities not only for our boys but also for our young women, and that's what we've been able to achieve, you know, through this tournament. But, you know, we finished this tournament after this game, and then we've got the national youth tournaments for our young women, 16s and 18s in October in Taupo. So they'll get another opportunity to show their skills.
And it's a growth area for us as a code, isn't it? I mean, our young players are really being drawn to rugby league, more prominence on TV with the NRLW, the success of the Ferns, and so pathways for our young players, women's and girls rugby league, really important to the future of the game, or two?
Yeah, definitely. And you know, Dale, we've been in the game a long time, and you know, not everyone's going to make it to the highest level, but rugby league can change lives. It can bring people together and help young people develop new skills. So that's why we want to give these young men and women an opportunity to play rugby league, and not only against, you know, club teams in their local areas, but nationally.
And of course, for the first time, an under-15 invitation section here, so you haven't got those 13, 14-year-olds coming up against 16, 17-year-olds. It makes a lot of sense, and that'll grow in the future.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, the under-15s was an invitational this year. And then, you know, those young men should be playing in the under-16s next year, or playing for their schools, or coming to our national youth tournaments that I just mentioned. So that's, you know, part of the rationale for having some, you know, some of these tournaments that we offer.
So long have seen Auckland hosting well, and, you know, the tournaments have been neat over the years. And of course the forced hiatus from COVID meant an opportunity to bring this tournament elsewhere. Rotorua is a wonderfully central place. It's got a lot of attractions to it, and, you know, big ups to the Rotorua community who have backed in the tournament. But also really encouraging to see so many teams that perhaps wouldn't have travelled to Auckland make their way to the Salle facility. Eh?
Yeah, definitely. You know, for us to get you know, Tauranga boys, even, you know, the young men, you know, playing in the final today, it's not quite happening for them, but Rotorua Boys High is a strong rugby school, you know, but they turned up and they've given a really good account of themselves throughout this tournament. That, you know, hasn't happened for them in this game, but they can go home proud knowing that they've, you know, given their best this week. Thanks,
Motu. Good to see you, young fellow, out and about too, buddy, and you know, really you'll be proud of him, as we all are, and Georgie Carmont and this team from De La Salle. They've run hot today. Thanks for sharing some thoughts with us.
Thank you for this time.
Wrap up the event for this afternoon. Motu Tony from New Zealand Rugby League, and of course a long-time Rugby League administrator also. Well, the curtain's about to come down on this effort here this afternoon, and what an effort it has been. It's just been a solid, impressive performance, and the scoreline indicates just how good De La Salle have been here. It's the third of 3 games. Again, taking our hat off to Sky Sport for their coverage, but it will be De La Salle who will celebrate long into the night, as they should too.
I'd just like to second what Motu Tony was talking about, is how Rotorua boys have represented their kura with mana. Predominantly a rugby school, however, have shown their versatility and their ability, but just didn't show up on the day where it mattered.
And we come to the full-time hooter, and here they come, De La Salle over the moon, as the saying goes, and the young guys all erupt with a feeling of satisfaction. Yes, there's some dejection, but that's okay. For Rotorua, we'll be seeing them in the tournament again, and they'll get better and better as the years go ahead, but the day is these young men's today, the inaugural day, and 2022 champions. Brilliant for them. Have a look at them. They're going off. Why wouldn't they? Try after try. Classy tries. Classy efforts. Beautiful interchange. Solid camaraderie. Solid whanangatanga on display here. It's just got it all, hasn't it? And what a way to conclude our coverage here of this 2022 tournament. And the season going off as they are now. Let's go, as the flag went. Let's go, De La Salle.
Yeah, we can see, Dale, that it means so much to this kura. Could possibly be their first national secondary schools title. Congratulations to Georgie Carmont and the brothers from La Salle. Tēnei te hiatus ki a koutou. We deserve to be champions. There's Michael Jordan again.
Oh, gee, there. But this is what Rangataki Sport's about. This is youth sport, eh? It's just so vibrant, and it's a pleasure to be part of a team that brings it to you.
I saw Lison Armau earlier on, that he's an old boy of La Salle. He was down here today supporting his peers.
Heads up, Rugby Super 8 champions, Moaska Cup holders Rotorua, but they couldn't get the job done here in a final that De La Salle came out and said, this is ours. I hope you enjoyed the action here as we take a small break. We'll come back with a presentation. Too strong in game number 3 here for Rotorua. 42-6 winners, De La Salle in the final against Rotorua boys. And as you know, you've been watching the action on the home of league, Sky Sport. Well, welcome back as we get ready to wrap up, and we'll go across to our wonderful MC too. Does a beautiful job of hosting us.
Tāne i ahua i te pō uriuri, i te pō tangotango, i te pō kerekere, i te pō i o tiatu. Tenei te toki ārata, ka mau, ka u, ka ranga ki te pūtahitanga, ki te tāhu nui a rehua, kia rake ana ia, tāne i te pupuke e tūnei, uhi, wero, tau ai te mauri, whāno whanaki, haramai ngā toki, haumi e, hui e, tāi ki e. Te arawa waka, te arawa iwi, te arawa māngai nui, e haere tonu ana ngā mihi ki a koutou, nā koutou tēnei kaupapa i whakaara ki ai. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the formal presentation for the New Zealand Rugby League National Secondary School Tournament for 2022. Firstly, we'd like to acknowledge our sponsors Pertec, Mainstream, BLK, Steeden, CCL and Sky Sports. At this time, I'd like to call on the manager of the high performance and coaching of football for New Zealand Rugby League, our Kiwi player, Motu Tony, to present our most valuable player for the player of the grand final. Your MVP for the grand final, from De La Salle, number 3, Kalis Lopa.
He totally deserves the MVP of the tournament, of the final in fact. Presented by Motu Tony.
Oh, I got to agree with that, yeah. Yeah, he was dynamic. He got him off to such a great start. 10-0 after about 7 minutes, and they just proved unstoppable from there on in. Well done to the young guy. Obviously,
at this time, we'd like to call up the runners-up, the host of this venue as well, Rotorua Boys High School, and their captain to come and share a few words to the whānau.
Kia ora. I'd just like to thank the organisers, the coaches, obviously the players and the whānau for coming out. Really appreciate the support, and this tournament wouldn't be done without you. So yeah, just like to give a round of applause for everyone, those involved. Cheers. And secondly, proud of the effort from my boys. Only 2 trainings, so yeah, really proud. Not the result we wanted, but still proud. Cheers.
Your runners-up in the Boys Premiership for 2022, Rotorua Boys High School.
Well, the medals for those runners-up, they can still hold their heads high, and I think their skipper summed it up. You know, they didn't have a lot of preparation. They've come off the back of a grueling rugby season. They wanted to make up numbers in their
At this time, I'd like to call on the captain for De La Salle to come and have a few words as the rest of his team come forward to collect their medals. Your captain for the De La Salle College side, Kalis Lopa.
First and foremost, just want to thank the man above. Without him, none of this would be possible. To the Rotorua boys, good effort. You know, only had a week to train, but you guys put on a clinic. You guys deserve to be in the final of us, and big up to you. To my boys, you know, since that St. Paul's loss, we all put our heads down, all stayed quiet until right now. They told us to run it back, we ran it back. Right to redemption, my brothers, all day. Thank you.
Can ask the De La Salle side to come and collect their medals, and at the end of that we will present them with their shield for the National Secondary School Tournament Premiership in the boys section.
Quite a
Our director here today and all of the team from Stream Shop
At
helping
this
to bring the
time,
action.
we'll call on the Director of High Performance and Football, Motu Tony, to present the winners of the New Zealand Rugby League National Secondary School Tournament for 2002. Put your hands together for De La Salle!
I tell you what, these teams are just priceless, aren't they? And MVP for you, the DJ's been putting on some nice sounds for us through the whole
He's had
day,
the party
hasn't
rocking since 10:05 since we had our first kick-off. 3 games back to back here on the home of Rugby League Sky Sport.
he? Yeah, for sure. Congratulations once again. Just a reminder, if you have only tuned in for this game earlier on in the championship final, 18-4 Mandarewa winners there over a composite team predominantly from Rotorua. Mickey to them. In the girls' final, it was an 8-4 win. Mandarewa again successful, this time against Auckland Girls Grammar. And here in the final, as you have witnessed here today, a wonderful victory for a very superb team of young rugby league players. We celebrate all that our youth provide us in our lives, in our country, and we wish these young guys well, as we do all of our young people who'll take up the baton when we all move on. Thanks very much for joining us today. Thanks to all who've contributed, from the Stream Shop team, from me, Dale, from him, Moiho, from those guys out there, left, right and centre, linesmen, ball boys and everyone else. Thanks for supporting local league and in particular Rangatahi League. That's it from the 2022 Secondary Schools Tournament. From Puketawhero Park in Rotorua, we bid you farewell. Nei rā te mihi, hei konei rā.
Hit the